Welcome to Great GREYS, your one-stop shop to finding winners from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Australia's premier greyhound form students, including Harry Buchanan from the Greyhound Insider, Joe Lanuti from Greyhounds HQ, Neil Brown previewing the Sandown action, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, and Simon Orchard with the latest in New South Wales chasing.
Good morning and welcome along to Great GREYS on this Thursday, the 9th of November 2023. Hope you're travelling particularly well. We've got a very busy program for today. We'll of course be throwing back to all of the races there at Flemington today for Oaks Day. We've also got the first at Hawkesbury at 10:35 and also their Gawler race number 2 will take at 10:35. The third at Flemington as well at 10:50. So a few races for broadcast throughout the course of the program today, but also lots of greyhound racing to discuss and plenty of winners to be found. Let's get out and catch up with our man Harry Buchanan to kick off the program for today. Welcome to you, H.
Yes, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. And I'm already into Flemington today, Shorty. It's into the first and looking forward to the second. So it's a big day of racing down there for the Oaks, and of course a big night because we're going back to Mandurah, so we need to get prepared for that. It's going to be a really good return to a track that people have been really looking forward to.
Most definitely, Harry. It's been a significant period of time since we've raced at the Mandurah circuit, and of course the redevelopments are now done, and was really looking forward to seeing how Mandurah comes up on Sky later on tonight. First race there at 6:56 WA time, and new distances as well for the punters to get their head around. 300 metres, 400 metres and 488 metres are the new distance ranges for the punters to get involved with there. And we also on Friday night get to see the first race over 652 metres as the longer distance for the greyhounds to get involved with. So a new set of distance ranges, and that will mean new track records over all trips as well.
Absolutely. So the first race there tonight, obviously, one of the lower grade races is going to be probably a short-lived track record for the novice over 300 metres, but you make a good point there, Shorty. 300, 400, 488, and that new distance tomorrow night for the middle distance staying type 652. I spoke to the boys on the sports day this morning, and we're going to be a little bit trepidatious, just for the first few meetings. There's a lot of dogs that didn't really enjoy that corner start at Kennington over that 388, and they will enjoy the 300 and 400 metre more roomier circuits and straight starts here at Mandurah. So we're going to monitor that, but a lot of dogs will be suited going back to this circuit tonight. Really looking forward to tonight and tomorrow night just to see how it comes up, as you said, and I'm sure it's going to be a success.
That's a very good point you raised too in regards to the form over the next 2 to 3 weeks. It will be, from a form analyst perspective, a little challenging, just given that the dogs that have trialled at Mandurah, they are private trials. They haven't been trials where the form will appear in the race book. So we're going in a little bit blind as far as what dogs have handled the new track, what sort of times they've run. So all we can really go on is the current form that they're in at both Northam and Cannington, and how we predict they might handle the circuit. But I'm sure within 3 or 4 weeks, all of that form will be well and truly exposed, and we'll be able to rip right in with genuine confidence. But nonetheless, we're both still fairly keen that we can find a winner or two on this program tonight. Talk us through your thoughts on where we can find a winner at the return to Mandurah this evening.
I'm going to kick it off in race 3, Shorty, and I'm going to go with the dog here in box 6, Sequential. This is one of the 300 metre starts here, and I'm just looking for something that's got a bit of early speed and can get on the arm, just till we get a handle on how that run to that first turn will be. And she's a dog that when she does hop out, she goes very quick and gets on the arm. She's very hard to catch, and this is sort of her grade as well. She's been racing much tougher dogs, and if she can get to the front here, I think she'll take a lot of catching. I'd imagine Damo has had his dogs there to have a look. So if she has seen the track and she does step, she'll be hard to stop. Over to race 4. Just going with ability here, Shorty. Number 7, Sunset Mirage. Basically, we think it's going to be a nice big track where these good dogs can wind up, and if that's the case, And this bloke here will take all sorts of stopping. He's very, very good. He's a 29.8 dog at Kennington. That'll get the job done here. A little bit of a concern, the corner start, 4.88, but in saying that, if he gets his room to operate up the back, and there's not a lot of early speed in this race, he should get the job done if he can get a look at the arm somewhere up the back. Over to race 9. Going to go with Escapologist here out in box 8. This is a dog that constantly bungled that 3.88 start at Kennington. Even though she has won there, she's a much better dog at the old circuit at Mandurah. So I'm hoping she can half remember where she was and enjoy being back on a much roomier circuit and a start that doesn't have that corner. And this is a perfect example of a dog that just kept getting into trouble trying to get a spot into the back. Box 8 here, a little bit of room to move. She's very strong when she runs home on that last split over these short trips. If she can get that spot, she'll be hard to stop. And in a similar fashion, over to race 10, number 8, El Salvador. I just think if she crosses and leads here, she wins. I think she's the best dog in the race, there's no doubt about that. She's run around against Miss Condoleezza, Scientist Magnesium, all over Cora. They're all very, very good dogs. I know it's not her box, but I think with Tutor Romeo inside, she's just going to get a card across here, and if she leads, she'll get the job done. So 4 there for Mandurah this evening. Race 3, number 6. Race 4, number 7. Races 9 and 10, both the pink runners, Escapologist and El Salvador.
All right, let's rip into your thoughts for tonight's program there at Sandown.
Going to back up race 4 with number 1, Redeemer Blue. I'm just a little bit icy about this dog in box 7, Icy Ice from Queensland. It's a very good stayer, clearly. 20 starts, 10 wins, 6 placings. It's very short. First up at the track, Kennel Mate the J's J. Doesn't look like it's slow early. It looks like it gets onto the arm. So it's probably going to take some catching if it does cross. But Aston Michigan in box 4 does go really quick. Redeemer Blue, it just needs to get a little bit closer in the run. Last week on box 2, it almost got a spot, pushed back, raced home really well in that last split. I think it can lob closer tonight. Small field suit. It'll run top 2 if it does get up there early. Over to race 6, he's very good in box 1, this bloke stomping. He went through the Geelong Derby series. He's got a wicked turn of foot, and he just sustains it through the middle and also that last section. He's a 29.74 dog at the Meadows. If he hits the arm here, they'll never, ever catch him. He's short enough, though, Shorty, around that $1.50, $1.60 mark. He could push up a couple of multis, but I don't know how they're going to stop him if he does find the top. And then finally, down to race 11. I'm pretty keen on these Tasmanian dogs. I'm a big fan of Paul Hilly as a trainer. Nitro Harvey, he had his first crack last week behind Make No Promise, and he made a lot of ground there at box 4. He moves to box 8 here. I know Mortified, Quantifiable, the 2 New South Wales dogs go quick, but so does the dog in box 5, Royal Gypsy. She goes really fast as well. Shin the Shadow, he's a fast dog. There's no two ways about that. I don't know he's entirely comfortable around Sandown in saying that, so I just think the dog's over the odds out here in box 8, Nitro Harvey. He's a kennel mate, of course, to Fast Minardi. He's also a very good dog in his own right. 16-time winner from 35 starts, 10 placings. He's had 2 starts out of the 8 box place, and he's also won one. He's won up to 600. He's very versatile. He can hit top 2. There's a 3 at Sandown, Shorty. Race 4, number 1, Redeemer Blue. Race 6, number 1, Stomping. Race 11, number 8, Nitro Harvey.
Very nice. The thoughts of Harry Buchanan for Thursday night chasing. Lots to look forward to deeper into the weekend as well. Of course, out there at Cannington on Saturday night, we've got the Young Stars Classic final to look forward to. And it's an open lineup. Having a look at this particular market, we see the favourite, the ground that's a second emergency at the moment there, West on Booney at $3.20, Bungee Man and All About Stone both at $3.70, Nangar Bubbles $4.60, Little Bit Warped at $5.50, My Anarchy Boy at $8, $13 for the First Reserve Speedy Willow, Sunset Nightjar at $15, Imperial Sash at $15, and Storm Alert a $17 chance.
I'm going to wait till after the scratchings on Saturday, Shorty, with West on Booney, the second reserve, taking up a big percentage of that market. But I'm already knowing what I'm into here, and that's Storm Alert. He's the rank outsider in this race. I loved his run last week. I thought it was outstanding. I think he's back. Whatever his little issues were, they look to have been sorted, and he was superb last week. If he gets a crack at these dogs, I think he'll be in the finish. He's probably going to hold that price, maybe even get out to the $20 plus mark once the market settles a little more liquidity. But I think he's a great each-way show. In saying that, this race invariably produces a very good dog or two, as it does every year. The Young Star Series this year will be no exception.
That is the truth. And, of course, lots to look forward to at the Meadows as well on Saturday night. We'll be cheering hard for Jamie Marsh and Elite Machine going around in the Top Gun there on Saturday night. And, of course, on top of that, just a wonderful program. Top Gun Stayers, Hume Cup final as well. Elite Machine has come up with box number 6 there on Saturday night. It's currently a $26 chance. Alpha Zulu's there at $2.35, $3 for Scalacci, drawn in box number 1, $7 Big Energy, former West Aussie chaser, now with Jackie Greeno. Good luck to Kirsty Moore on the team there with Big Energy as well. Nigel, as he's known around the kennels, Elite Machine, he's going to have to get everything right from box number 6H.
In saying that, Shorty, if he does get it right, he has got a good draw out there in box 6, and he'll be out where he wants to be, out the middle of the track. He's got that good turn of foot. Big Energy will give him plenty of room to move. Not sure how well she's fast is going. He just has to get the start right. We know that he has to get up there, and if he does, he's very, very hard to run down. A little bit of speed on the inside, but in saying that, when he does get that start right, we've seen him up at Albion Park in that Group 1 final. He can match it with the best first splitters, and he can lead them. So as long as he's on song at box rides, he'll give a tremendous sight. The Stayers is very, very open, but I think the dog in box 1, Val Policella, hard to stop. The Queenslander now, it's got a very good draw. It's a much more open race, the Top Gun Stayers, and the Hume Cup's outstanding. I'm going to stick with this Tasmanian flavour. I think Raiders Guide in box 1. If he leads and punches up, they will never, ever catch him. He is a very good dog, this bloke. A little bit awkward around the corner starts, but if he does lead, he will be winning. We'll touch on that further on Friday on the Mail Collection, no, Shorty.
Beautifully done, Harry. Appreciate your time as always here on Great Greys. Wishing you many winners for this Thursday.
Talk soon, mate. Thank you.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Well, it's now 20 minutes after 10. Time to catch up with Jaycin Campbell, find some winners up there at Albion Park tonight. Welcome to you, Jace. How do we find you on this Thursday?
Yes, very well, Shorty. How are you, mate?
Travelling particularly well, thank you. Looking forward to a big few nights ahead in greyhound racing. Massive night there at the Meadows, of course, on Saturday night for Top Gun night here locally on Saturday night. We've got the Young Stars final. Lots of great racing as well up there in Queensland to look forward to tonight. Some good quality chasing there. Dapto's got a good card. Plenty of places to find a winner. Let's rack your brain and see what you've come up with tonight. What are you liking up there at the Creek?
Yeah, as you mentioned, Shorty, great racing across the nation tonight and across the weekend. 4 heats of the rising stars at Albion Park tonight. Happy to play in race 6. Thought it was the best of the night, probably the bank of all multis. Number 1 here, Jen's Joy. She's currently around that $1.50 mark with most places. She's having her first go out of box 1 here, but I just really like the way she's been running recently. She runs second to Bears Bullet in Ipswich Cup heat, and she really wasn't. Well, she was really gallant in the finish there, and she never really shirked her task. And then in the final last week, drawing off the track once again, she only got beat less than 11th in that Group 1 final. So she is now a black-type bitch. She's third at Group 1 level. I just think dropping back to her own age group here and drawing the inside will do her the world of good, and she just really should be a put in take-out job. Race 6, number 1, Jen's Joy.
All right, labelling the BB race 6, number 1, Jen's Joy. On to race number 7.
Yeah, race 7 here. Playing number 2, Inconspicuous. We've given this Orson Allen dog a bit of a rap in the past. He's been subject to a bit of a heavy betting move today. He's about $4.60 to $3 on the Tab WA, and I thought his last start run was really unlucky. He jumped probably as well as he's jumped throughout his whole career, and he just got a few dogs that run down on him, and he got spit out the back. But he always tries, this dog. He had a really, really bad fall 3 starts ago, and just these last 2 runs, like he's had every reason not to put in an effort, and he's just been flying the line really, really strongly. He's just gone really well here down low in number 2. Number 3, Smart and Classy, is a noted wide runner. I just think you've got to give him the time and space in that first 50 metres for Inconspicuous to find a forward spot and prove very hard to hold out in the final stages of the race. So race 7 on 2, Inconspicuous.
All righty, race 7, number 2, Inconspicuous, and rounding it out in race number 9 tonight there at Albion Park.
Yeah, taking the favourite on here, Double Up Bill. I just think he's a little bit short from the inside box. He isn't the most brilliant beginner. He does muster really, he's probably got one of the best musters in Queensland right now. But just think of Mr. Springtime drawn directly outside him. He does want to cut left, and he is a good stepper. So I think Valance in box 3, he gets a really nice shine into that first corner. This dog is absolutely flying right now. Run second in $1 million chase heat just last month, running behind JSJ, who's obviously the subsequent winner of that race. Last week at Ipswich, knocked me over. I was really surprised at how well he done, and then from there he was able to win by 2.5 lengths in 30 and 30, which is a really sharp time. So I think getting back to a bigger track here will be suitable. And with the math concern in regards to Double Up Bill, I just think $5 is a touch overs for race 9, number 3, Volante.
Fair enough, too. Race 9, number 3, Volante to go with 7-2, Inconspicuous, and the best of them, race 6, number 1, Jen's Joy. You found one for us tonight at Dapto as well, Jace?
Yes, another odds on here for the Punters HQ Syndicate. Shout out to Mr. Lanuti, who might have chimed into this one shortly. It's $1.90 to $1.70. 8 at Dapto, one hot bandit. One of the faster dogs currently here in New South Wales. Just think stepping up to 600 now, it just seems the right time. There's not really much kicking about in this dog's schedule, I guess, over the next couple of weeks and months. I think he's just been crying out for this distance for a long time. He probably, or not probably, he just doesn't have the speed to go with them at the absolute top grade, especially in those early stages. I just think over 600 now, he can lob a lot closer, and he's packed with a really powerful finish. He's a dog that's shown immense ability. He's run home 1150s, 1160s when he passed. I just think 600 is the absolute best, and I want to be on him straight on the bottom level here. Shorty, I know he's quite short in betting, but 6 starts out of box 8 for 4 wins. I just think he can make a real statement tonight, one hot bandit, and you might not see a price like this for a while if he stayed at this track and trip.
Alrighty, so race 8, number 8, one hot band. It could be another leg for your multis tonight there at Dapto. Anything from the kennel worth following over the next little bit, Jace?
I'd say I've got a dog in Hobart on Tuesday, which is a bit of a wait. Not sure what price could open up. Race 5 number 4, Bingo Gambles with Ted Medhurst. He's recently sent him down there. He's trialled up quite well. Probably having another trial on Saturday morning, but I think he's going to be hard enough to beat. He's trialled up as good as any of the dog I've sent down there so far, and I've paid a lot more money for the dogs than I've paid for him. So I think it'd be hard enough to beat. Race 5 number 4 on Tuesday, Hobart. Bingo Gambles. All
right. Bingo Gambles, we'll be getting around that as well. Jace, appreciate your time as always here on Great Greys. Wishing you many winners over the weekend.
Sweetie, thanks, Shorty.
Let's welcome in the man fresh off a break. He had a couple of weeks across there in New Zealand. It's great to welcome him back to Great Greys on this Thursday morning. Hello to you, Neil Brown. How was New Zealand?
Excellent, David. Yeah, had a wonderful time on both islands and caught up with Lizzie, our very good friend of everybody in Australia, Lizzie Whelan, and in Wellington. So it was great, Dave. Yeah, really enjoyed it, the wife and I.
Magnificent. Glad to hear that you had a well-earned break there, Brownie, and enjoyed yourself. Let's see if we can't help the punters nail this early quaddie. And a big thanks as well while you're away to Ethan Christian. Brownie, you did an excellent job filling in for you over the last fortnight. He's a fine young man.
He certainly is. I'll pass it on to him tonight when I catch up with him at Sandown Park. Early quad, David. Race number 1 over the 5:15. I've gone 6-3-1 here. Here comes Blue on top. He might be the greyhound to beat. Race number 2, also over the 5:15, a grade 6 here. 3, 4, 7 and 6. I think it's a pretty wide open affair. I've got Oregon Durant on top. Race number 3, I'm tipping 2, 1 and 8. I've got Corborn Domino as the greyhound to beat here over the 5.95 for the mixed graders. And coming home in the last leg at early quad over the 7:15. Pretty keen about the Queenslander. Coming in with excellent form. Icy Eyes got it on top to beat 5 and 4. Big Susie, probably the danger there. But Icy Eyes looks a really nice type from Queensland. So let's hope we can jag the early quad to get us underway.
On to the main quad tonight, Neil.
Race number 5 tonight over the 5:15 to grade 5. I thought it was really tough quaddie tonight. Gone wide in a couple of legs. 7, 2, 3 and 1. In the first leg, Rita Bale has been racing probably in better class than this, and I think has got a real good chance of coming through as the winner tonight. But it is an open race. I've got 2 Absolute Flyer, draw suits, a bit hit and miss at the start, but he's a chance to find position at the first turn. Willabale got a chance, can be a little slow out, but has one here and has a chance in this open race. And why not Pearl? I'm going to throw in as well. I think it could sneak up on the fence up there in box number 1 and be. It's got solid form without sort of breaking through for a win. Race number 6 here over the 5:15 at grade 5 again. I've gone 1, 6 and 2 here. I've got Stomping on top from box number 1. Top winner Geelong. A couple of starts ago in the best of the night over the 460 there. It's nicely drawn here. I think it's on the boot. Back to scratch. Can come out. Won at Bendigo last start in 28.17. It was just outside the best of the night there. And 2 Quebec Bale. Has won a couple here. Solid run, a couple of starts back. And has one from wide draws there. So we'll tip 1, 6 and 2 in the second leg. Race number 7.
Thanks, Neil.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
Well, we're catching up with Neil Brown, having a look at the quaddie tonight there at Sandown. Neil, we were up to the third leg. First leg numbers 1, 2, 3, 7. Second leg 1, 2, 6. In the third leg, we're teaming up with.
Yeah, wide open race, David. 7, 6, 8 and 1 for me. Must declare I've got an interesting bag man racing with a few people from Sandown. Gets a chance tonight. He's got some ability. 4 and 5 from 15. But whatever gets the luck in running, I think there's 5 genuine chances. Move away. The 6, first up, got a chance from the 8 box with a bit of luck. Agent Spaghetti, and I think the red with the right sort of luck at the first turn could get through and win as well. Reasons unknown. So really tough race, 7, 6, 8, 1. Last leg of the quaddie, 2, 3, 1 for me. Race number 8. I thought Ike Bale was the one to beat. Begins okay. Draw suits here. Form solid enough to win this. Flying Zulu. Plenty of ability. Up in class a little bit. But there's 1, 5 from 6. And Kane Bale similar. A bit of a poor beginner, but with a bit of luck at the first turn, he could be in contention for this as well. So 2, 3 and 1. My best bets, David. Race 11, number 1, Mortify. L's End that he's come out. I think it's just leading in. It's about 260 at the moment. Might trim up a bit more than that. And I think in race 7, race 9, number 7, here comes nearly a bit short for us at $2. But I think it just leads and wins. It's got the slowest beginners all round it. So race 9, number 7, and race 11, number 1, our best bets at Sandown tonight. So good luck and good punting.
Beautifully done, Neil. Appreciate your time as always here on Great Greys. Wonderful to have you back on deck. Look forward to our chat next Thursday.
Good on you, David. Talk to you then.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
And it's time to talk all things South Australian Greyhound racing. Sean Matheson now joins us on the program. Welcome, Sean.
Hi, David. Yeah, great to be on the show this fine Thursday afternoon here, morning there. So, really looking forward to tonight's program, highlighted by 4 heats of the Group 3 Brian Johnson series, where we see some of our nice young chasers strut their stuff. So really looking forward to tonight.
Most definitely, yeah. There's some pretty nice runners going around on this card tonight. A number that you've been helping us find as winners in recent times. Form's been very good, Sean. Let's hope that can continue on tonight. What are you liking on this card?
Well, yeah, fingers crossed for tonight. I think we've got to look a bit later in the program. A few short ones, particularly through the Brian Johnson series, that should probably get the job done in those races. But I like a couple through the middle and later. So the first is in race 7, and it's number 2, Fiorano for Brenda Oakey. Quoted on the second line betting at $2.40. The favourite's Dash of Blue out of the 1. These dogs have matched up over the last month or two through the Adelaide Cup Series and Gawler Cup Series. Not much between them. But definitely, I think Fiorano has the box speed. Went to Gawler last 2 runs. No luck in a heat of the Gawler Cup. And then wasn't that too disappointing in running third behind Springvale Bray, who's going really well last start at Gawler. Comes back to Angle Park. We know qualified for the Adelaide Cup, running second to Big Energy. I think that's good enough form, particularly as I think he will lead this race. And whilst Dash of Blue is 7 from 7 from the red box, I just think Fiorano can pinch enough of a break to get the job done. So liking him on top to bounce back into winning form.
Fair enough, too. Go with the check runner, race 7, number 2, Fiorano. The next of your plays?
Next to the plays is in the next race, and it's race 8, and it's number 5, Springvale Bray, quoted around the $485 mark at the moment, which I think is just terrific value for this greyhound. He comes from box 5, steps up to the $595, won 2 of his last 3 at Gawler, which included a heat of the Gawler Cup, defeating at Hana Rico, and then was 4th behind at Hana Rico in the final. Was a really strong winner last start at Gawler, and has 680 metre form. So the $595 for this greyhound's not a problem. Matches up against at Hana Rico. He steps up to the $595, who's drawn inside him. But I actually think Springvale Bray has enough early speed that it wouldn't surprise me if he was able to land on speed, either leading or sitting second. And not too many dogs will run past him. So I think at the $5, David, I think he'll be in front of at Hana Rico. And I think from there he can, hopefully get the win as well.
Keep on kicking. Race 8, number 5, Springvale Bray at a nice each-way quote there. And the third of your plays tonight there at Angle Park, Sean?
Third of the plays is race 12, and it's number 7, Basil Brush Rose. Now, a lot of greyhound fans who watch probably SA Racing know what Basil Brush Rose will do. He'll miss the start. But I think he'll give them a start, but I think he can actually give them a beating in the sense that it's only a 6-dog field. A lot of the dogs who have drawn sort of inside him, like the likes of Victor Curl, Air Grace, they want to get off the track. I just have a feeling a run's going to be there for him late. And he has matched up against some of our best chasers, Zipping Digby, Could Be King, Velocity Azalea. So this company he can handle. It's just a matter of probably how much of a start he gives them. But I do think the run will be there for him late in the piece. And he's quoted around $8.50, David. So I think you know where he's going to be. And if you're happy to sort of take the value about him, I think he's a chance tonight.
I like it, Basil. You're 100% right. He'll flop out in the early stages, but one thing he's well known for is a very strong finishing burst. Let's just hope he's within radio contact mid-race. If he is, he'll be the dog that'll be charging late punters. Race 12. Number 7, a Basil Brush Rose, currently 8 and 3.30 on the fixed odds with Tab Touch. Looks a good value play to round out the card. So we have race 7, number 2, Fiorano. Race 8, number 5, Springvale Bray. Race 12, number 7, a Basil Brush Rose. We've also got Chasing Gawler Friday, Angle Park nice and early Saturday morning, and Murray Bridge on Sunday. What about a winner or two for the punters through there, Sean?
Okay, so just with Gawler's meeting tomorrow, that meeting has just been cancelled due to the hot weather forecast in the region. It was moved to a morning meeting in SA. It's now just been cancelled because the temperature's gone up. So no meeting in South Australia tomorrow at Gawler. So we'll concentrate on Saturday morning, as you mentioned, the early start at Angle Park. And I like race 7, number 1, Brindle Benny for Cheryl Herman. Has run over the 500 metres 2 starts ago. In particular, was a nice third to Who Knows Gus in a heat of the Lee Rogers. Did win its maiden start before, 31.28. The key for this greyhound, he's got enough speed to lead this field. Not an overly strong race, so I do expect this dog to lead. And I think if he can run around that 31.2, maybe a touch quicker out in front, he'll get the job done on Saturday morning. And then we'll be off to Murray Bridge for a really strong program at Murray Bridge on Sunday night. And race 5, number 5's Infernal Evie for Gavin Harris. I think she can get the job done. Again, she's come through the Lee Rogers series. She has 500 metre form, but she has gone very fast over the 3:42 at Angle Park around the 19.3, which is very fast. And so she's got early speed. She'll handle the big one turn at Murray Bridge. And again, I think she can virtually lead this race and win. So liking her on Sunday.
Very nice indeed. Murray Bridge, race 5, number 2, Zinfandel Evie on Sunday to go along with Angle Park, race 7, number 1, Brindle Benny. Tremendous catching up with you, Sean. Appreciate your time as always on this Thursday morning here on Great Greys, and we'll be teaming up with you again next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll catch you then.
Terrific, David. Looking forward to it then. Thanks.
There we have it. Sean Matheson joining us this morning. Just 5 minutes to go now, Matty, until the next race for broadcast. It will be race number 3 on Oaks Day there at Flemington, having a look at the fixed odds market as it sits right now with Tab Touch. And we've got Tommy at the head of the market. It's a wide open market as well. 7 into 5.50 for Tommy. Hennessy Lad, 9.50 into 7.50. Fashida Sand, 9.50 into $8. Kettle Hill, 7 out to 8. Rick's Cafe, 18 into 10's been spec'd at the longer odds. Daiquiri, $10 out to 11. Little Mix, 11 to 15. Hoops, 15 to 16. Chahuli's been 9 to 17. All other runners, $18 and upwards. Tommy, 7 into $5.50. Our current favourite there for race number 3 of the day at Flemington. Anything else to go through there from the studio, Matty?
We got correct weight at Gawler and Hawkesbury, both totes pay on races 2 and 1 respectively. Quick look at the tote there at Flemington as far as parimutuel goes, with 143 grand plus in. Tommy's at $4.80, number 10. 4 Fujita San at $7, $8, 3 and 7 Hennessy Lad and Kettle Hill. Daiquiri's at 12, number 8. Rick's Cafe at 13, Little Mix 14. Hoops is at 15 and as good as sober gets. It's at $19. But Tommy, $4.80, number 10, and as mentioned by Shorty, 8 into 5 for Tommy. They are on the track. They have left the mounting yard, and it's over 2,000 metres. The Good Friday appeal in 3 from now.
This is GREYS on Tab Radio. Go, you good thing.
Simon Orchard now joins us on GREYS to talk all things New South Wales chasing. Welcome to you, Simon. How's Melbourne Cup week been for you?
Yeah, it's been, fruitful so far, Shorty, but you're only as good as your last winner, mate. So far today, I haven't really had a look. I've been busy working away on some Wagga Cup stories this morning, or some Bidgie Cup stories, I should say, as well as the Dapto Middle Distance Championships heats tonight. But now I can just have a little breather over lunch, mate, and hopefully dig into a big Oaks Day at Flemington. And I can see Casino's about to jump, mate. Race 8, number 1. If anyone's listening right now, it's our best at Casino. So good luck if you want to have a punt right now. Let's go.
All right, yeah, they are literally moving into the boxes, punters, so get aboard Burning Sand here, a good value to around that $3.70 mark. Simon, talk us through all the chasing that's going on over the next few days. As you mentioned, excellent night of chasing ahead tonight there at Dapto.
Yeah, you're spot on, Shorty. Dapto tonight, 2 heats of that middle distance championship that we were talking about. The final's next week. It's worth 25 grand to the winner, and the race is pretty new, Shorty. It started 2019. We sort of spotted a little gap in the market, a lot of sprint races, some good staying races, but not a ton of middle-distance events for New South Wales chasers. So we introduced it in 2019. It's had some wonderful winners over the last couple of years. Last year, Corball Magic got the job done for Andy and Jody Lord, and it went on to have a marvellous couple of months. So a really good stepping stone, I guess, to some big races down in Victoria at the back end of this year, but also into the start of our Summer Carnival early next year. So some dogs to watch tonight. I think One Hot Bandit, race 8, number 8, should be hard to beat. Stepping up to the 600 for the first time. We're really excited to see what he can do. He obviously comes out of the $1 Million Chase final, 4th in that race, 4th in the Golden Cup. So he's gone 520 to 440 metres, and now he's up to 600. So it'll be a good training performance. But I've heard, Shorty, that he has trialled the absolute house down and went maybe a couple of lengths outside the track record there in a look last week. So race 8, number 8, One Hot Bandit might be the play in the second heat. If you want to have a go in the first heat, Zipping Kansas is intriguing. Also a dog that's sort of jumping around distance-wise, but Marty Hallen, and the conversations I've had with him, he thinks that there's certainly some good racing left in him. He won a Masters race, would you believe, last start. He comes out of the Sydney Cup 2 starts back. I think Box 8 will suit him as well, another big, rangy, loping type, and just question the overall depth of the series with only, I think, 2 fields of 6. So I reckon 7, 8 and 8-8 might be the plays tonight, but I think last check they were favourites. So you might be looking for a little bit more meat on the bone if you're having a punt at Dapto.
To have a look at all things New South Wales greyhound racing, Dapto tonight, punters, a pair of 8s, race 7, number 8, Zipping Kansas, race 8, number 8, One Hot Bandit. Simon, who else should we be having a wager on over the weekend?
Well, I'll tell you what, Shorty, you're my lucky charm, mate. I just put a little quick little bit on Little Mix there, and I'm a happy man after Flemington with Blake Shinn, so thank God for that. Mate, look, tonight I reckon I forgot to mention Rosebery Hustler, race 10, number 1, short course star who's won 13 times at Dapto. I think it's a race in 2 between Rosebery Hustler and Ninja Mac, but Rosebery Hustler Hustle, I should say, courtesy of the one box, and fourth up from 3 or 4 months off the track. Looks a pretty good bet as well. They're about even money in the betting. As I said, it's a racing too, but I just think Rosary Hustle is ready to peak. So there's another one to add to the kit at Dapto tonight. Tomorrow, though, Shorty, big night at Wagga, the Bidgie Cup Group 3 event. Again, worth $25,000. It's going to go off down there in the Riverina region, and really looking forward to seeing that field go around. There's a dog by the name of Bianca's Boy, who jumps from box 1, who is the Spruik dog down in the Riverina region. 7 starts for 5 wins. Got knocked off in the heat last week, but is only just turned 2 years old, Shorty. So got a lot of development to come. Trained by Ray Sims. I spoke to Shane Feltioni yesterday, and they were just super excited to be involved in a race of this calibre at such an early age in the dog's career. And they reckon box 1 might suit. There's some speed in 2 and 3 in Rebel Ethics and Tigalong Amy. They should jump out. If Bianca's Boy can just get a nice little cushy run in behind on the rail, it could explode. It's got the fastest track and trip PB in the field, despite only racing 7 times. And I think it's a good bet as well. So that's race 7, number 1, down there at Wagga tomorrow. If you want to have a bet elsewhere on the card, race 9, number 1, Cola Lemon Soda. Benny Talbot is the president of the Wagga Club. He's been a busy bee the last week getting everything in order, but he thinks Cola Lemon Soda is the best bet on the card there as well. So 7-1, 9-1, Dapto tonight, we said 7-8 and 8-8. And if we're looking ahead to Wenty Park just on Saturday night, obviously haven't seen any prices yet, Shorty, but Fascinate Donald, 10-1, and race 5, number 5, Embrace, who was a great winner in the Peter Mossman Open. We haven't seen her for a little while, but she's back on track. Race 5, number 5, and race 10, number 1, the best bets at Wenty, comes Saturday night, not to be confused with tomorrow at Wenty.
Indeed, yeah, Friday night chasing there at headquarters as well as on Saturday night, but it is Saturday night where we team up with 5-5, 10-1, Embrace and Fascinate Donald. Simon, magnificent catching up with you this morning here on Great Greys. Great timing as well, teaming up there with Little Mix up and about on this Thursday. Hopefully the winners can continue on for you for the remainder of the day. Appreciate your time as always. Have a great weekend.
Good on you, mate. Talk soon. Hooroo.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
Well, we round out the program as always with a chat to the Shane Train Williams. No doubt a bit of a spring in the step as well for the train, of course, being a part owner of the very talented Keshi Boom, who absolutely lit the place up there on a Tuesday at Ascot, taking out the listed Tab Touch Burgess Queen Stakes. Shano, that'd be right up there with some of your bigger thrills in racing on Tuesday.
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. It sure was, Shorty. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be at the track, but Dead Set rose off the couch and probably rode as good as possible, to be honest, Shorty. But I just actually left the farm there, Shorty, and she was on the truck going to the beach. She looked $1 million, and hopefully we get to see her again soon.
Indeed, yeah. Well, she was spectacular. It was a gun ride from William Pike, but sounds like she's enjoying life. Headed down for a bit of a wade down the beach this morning, Keshi Boom. Let's get into the world of greyhound racing. Tremendous to see chasing return to Mandurah this evening, Shane. I'm sure yourself, along with many of the industry and trainers around the region, can't wait to have it back there tonight.
Yeah, 100%, Shorty. Some of the dogs, they're probably been getting dizzy going around Cannington and Northam, so they get a new track tonight, which is very good. But one thing I will say, Shorty, they got new boxes there. They're totally different to Cannington boxes, so it may take a few dogs a few extra runs to get used to them. There's different grill sizes and different shapes and stuff like that, so that's one thing to watch out for, just for the future references. But I'm going to kick it off, Shorty, race 3, number 6, Sequential tonight. Actually spent a bit of time with Damo over the weekend and didn't get any tip off him, but all we know is that all these dogs are trolled there, Shorty, so that's a good point going forward. If you want to back a Damien Credelli runner, you know that they've had a look at the track and they've trolled there. So this dog's got good speed, and I think he's well suited in this race. So race 3, number 6, Sequential. And then we'll go to race 6, number 8, Rethink It, a dog that's just very well boxed, Shorty, loves the fairy floss, and it'll go very well from out there tonight. So 3, 6 and 6, 8.
3, 6, 6, 8 tonight there. On to the Friday night program at Mandurah.
Yeah, really keen on this first one, Shorty. Race 6, number 8, Kenya Mia. Now, again, it's got its draw out where it wants to be. Now, this is a tough race. You've got good dogs like Crumble Manili, another dog drawn down near the inside, which just escapes me, but there's a lot of speed.
Hinto.
You've got, Hinto. You've got Rumbling Moment. You've also got Dash Yak stepping up, Shorty, and Crumble Manili. I just think there's going to be a lot of pressure. sort of cutting down to the rail here, and this dog is perfectly housed in the 8 and could swoop around the outside. So definitely an each-way play. Race 6, number 8, Kanyamia. And I've actually gone for the Andrew McLaren double on Friday night, Shorty. We'll race 11, number 5, Argyle Rose. A dog that just always turns up, Shorty. It's got good speed. It's a grade 6. I don't think it'll be hanging around in grade 6 company for very long. So 6, 8 and 11, 5 on Friday, pinning our hopes, vapes on Andrew McLaren.
Alrighty, and then off to Cannington on Saturday night for Young Stars Classic final night.
Yeah, good night of chasing. Very good heats last week. I'm going to go into the Young Stars, Shorty. Race 3, number 4, Nangar Bubbles. A dog that's got blistering early speed. He's seen run 18.29 off the back. He does struggle a little bit in the run home, but you find in these races all these young dogs heading to that first corner at the same sort of speed. If you can be the leader, you'd be very hard to beat with sometimes normally mix-ups in these events, Shorty. So if we can find the lead, that's half the battle. So race 3, number 4, Nangar Bubbles. And then the very next race, race 4, number 1, Sunset Louis. He steps up to 700. I think he's been screaming out for it, Shorty. His run last week was terrific. We know he loves to scrape the rail. And obviously this is a free-fall. We've got couch surfer and his dogs in there, but I think I've seen $7 or $8. I think it's a really good play each way. So 3, 4 and 4, 1 on Saturday night at Keno, mate.
Doing it early on Saturday night, the train with 3, 4, Nangar Bubbles, 4, 1, Sunset Louis. Quiet weekend for the kennel?
Yeah, I think we're going to struggle this week, Shorty. Got not many runners in and poor draws, so I don't want to steer the punters into anything this week. But last week, hopefully they had something on the old boy a place. He's a good place bet, and he ran another good race for us.
He certainly did. He's been a wonderful campaigner right the way throughout his career, and hopefully more good times to come as well. I appreciate your time as always, Shano. Thank you for joining us here on Great Greys. Have a ripper weekend. Look forward to our chat next week.
Same to you. Good luck, punters.
There we have it. The Shane Train joining us to round our Great Greys for this Thursday. Tonight they're at Mandurah Punters. For me, I'm going to team up race 3, number 5, Scientist. Dog that's been racing really well for Ben McLean at Cannington. Just needs to bring that tonight to Mandurah. Race 4, number 7, Sunset Mirage has run some hot times at Cannington. If it can bring that to Mandurah tonight, will be tough to stack. I thought that in race 6, number 5, Key Moment would take a stack of beating. Greyhound that's been in hot form of late there at Northern. And then rounding it out, best bet on the card for me, race 8, number 8, Sunset Blackhawk. This dog's won 3 of its last 4 starts from box number 8. Comes up with a perfect draw in the Fairy Floss again tonight. So 4 plays, race 3, number 5, Scientist, race 4, number 7, Sunset Mirage, race 6, number 5, Key Moment, into race 8, number 8, Sunset Blackhawk is the double that I'll be taking. I thought the best multi of the night there at Mandurah. That brings to a close Great Greys for this Oaks Day, the 9th of November. Matty McDermott's been outstanding as always in the studio, and a huge thanks to all of our guests for joining us on the program today. Punters, good luck to you all for the remainder of this Oaks Day. Go and fill up those Tab Touch accounts. I'll be back on air tomorrow morning with Digby and Marty from around about 6:35 with all the latest for the weekend of sport and racing coming up with Tab Touch, and then chasing winners between 9 and 10 o'clock tomorrow morning with Jesse Earnshaw and Peter O'Neill. Back to you, Matty.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.